The Kansas City Chiefs have detonated a seismic shockwave through the NFL universe with a bombshell revelation that blindsided everyone. In a terse press release that ricocheted across ESPN, NFL Network, and beyond like wildfire, the team verified the stunning exit of a linchpin in their empire. The revelation landed like a sledgehammer, rippling disbelief from Arrowhead Stadium to every corner of the league. For a franchise synonymous with ironclad continuity and calculated foresight, such a jolt is as rare as a Chiefs loss in the playoffs. But this pivot ripples far wider than the gridiron. It probes the soul of a juggernaut, igniting debates on motives, chronology, and the horizon ahead. The outgoing icon wasn't just a cog. They were the architect of the Chiefs' golden age, infusing the squad with grit, swagger, and that elusive ring-chasing ethos. Twitter's sorry X ignited in a frenzy of conjecture, from whispers of backstage clashes to whispers of a grand pivot. For a team that embodies rock-solid poise, this infusion of flux feels like a gut punch. This isn't some mid-season shuffle of benchwarmers. The lever wielded outsized sway in the Chiefs' ecosystem, be it a grizzled gridiron warrior, a tactical savant on the sideline, or a suit in the war room. Their fingerprints are all over the Super Bowl parades, the locker room lore, the unbreakable bonds that turn good into great. Whispers from the inner circle paint a picture of marathon huddles stretching back a month, culminating in a razor-sharp call that blindsided the rank and file. Its build is amicable, laced with heartfelt nods on both ends. No scorched earth, just a poignant parting of ways. Yet, the chasm they leave? That's no small crater to patch. Kansas City now pivots to equilibrium in the storm, while the faithful grapple with a cocktail of ache and what-ifs. In the sanctum of the Chiefs' huddle, rough feelings bubbled over post-drop. Teammates who'd shared foxholes with the exit traded stunned glances, their tributes laced with reverence and raw surprise. The news hit them via the same viral bulletin as the masses, no velvet rope for the inner circle. Heavy hitters like Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce rallied the troops, their words a balm on the bruise. Unity first, eyes on the prize. Mahomes, ever the oracle, framed it as a fork in the road, a hollow that echoes personally and professionally. The coaching chorus hammered home the gospel. Resilience isn't optional. It's the Chiefs' DNA, forged in fire and fine-tuned through flux. Adapt or atrophy, that's the creed holding firm as the schedule snarls. But peel back the playbook polish, and there's an undercurrent of heartache. This dynasty is woven from winds and whispers, from bonds as tight as a goal line stand. Uprooting a pillar like this tugs at those threads, a stark reminder that even titans bleed. Out in Chiefs Kingdom, the pulse quickened to a roar. Diehards, who've ridden the roller coaster from rebuild to redemption, flooded feeds with memes, montages, and misty-eyed recaps. Talk radio lit up like a tailgate bonfire, grief mingling with gripes, but unanimous in saluting the sculptor's strokes. This fan base doesn't just cheer, they commune, tethering their hearts to the heroes who humanize the hunt. The jolt jarred that intimacy, stirring a fog of fragility for a crew that's feasted on forever. Sure, the sting bites deep, but so does the salute. Endless thanks for scripting the saga, for turning Sundays into sacraments. In a burg where red runs thicker than blood, this rupture morphed into a communal wake, mourning the man or woman while marveling at the miracles they midwife. Peering past the curtain, the saga unfolds as a tapestry of tough calls and tender truths. Leaks from the labyrinth hint at dialogue simmering for weeks, blending boardroom calculus with bedside confessions. The brass crunched the variables, dollars, dreams, drifts in the draft, before inking the inevitable. No knee-jerk, no knife fight. Just a bow-out born of evolved realities. Mutual admiration sealed it, with handshakes heavier than helmets. The Chiefs' MO, candor cloaked in cunning, bets placed on tomorrow over today's tears. Disruptions the devil you dance with for dawn's dividends, and this squad's all in on the long game, even if it means waving off a wizard who willed their wizardry. The million-dollar query? How does this echo chamber the Chiefs' charge? In the NFL's meat grinder, where margins mock you, excising an anchor, be it boots on turf or brain trust, can cascade like dominoes. Roster ripple? skew schematic sorcery, morale mending, and a leadership vacuum begging for bold fills. Sideline savant? Expect schematic shifts, prep overhauls, the works. Yet Kansas City's chassis is chrome-plated flexible. Mahomes its V8 heart, Reid its unflappable chassis. The blueprint bends, doesn't break. Still, this tests more than X's and O's. It probes the psyche. Champs don't crumble. They coalesce, trading sorrow for steel. The gauntlet of games to come? It'll assay if the kingdom's keel holds true. The chattering class pounced like hounds on a hare, dissecting the dispatch as the season's stealth supernova. Pundits purse the pulse. Tactical trim or tectonic tilt? Some sniff savvy succession. Others unearth undercurrents. League lifers tip hats laced with side-eye, eyeing any chink in the armor for their own ascent. For the Chiefs, the spotlight's a double-edged sword, fuel for fire or fog for focus. Past tempests? They've tamed with Teflon grace. Reid's rudder and Mahomes, metronome the MVPs of mayhem. But this yarn's got legs. It'll lap headlines like a marathoner, prying for the plot twist, evolution or erosion. Enter Andy Reid, the Zen master of the zone read and life's curveballs. As cool as Kool-Aid command his captain Kansas City through tempests that swamp lesser ships. Word from the wings, he navigated this with the finesse of a fourth quarter comeback. Veins open for the vent, vibes steady as sunrise. His sermon? Loss is launchpad. Every goodbye greases the gears for glory's grind. Reid's repertoire? Not just rings, but reading rooms, marrying mind games to heartstrings. He gets it. The league's a pressure cooker, where feels factor as fierce as fundamentals. In the wake's wake, his unflappable oar's the glue gun, gumming gaps till the gears grind golden again. Flux is football's fickle friend, and this forks opportunity from the unforeseen. The front office flips into fast forward, scouting synapses for seamless swaps, be it bodies or brainiacs. Player purge? Chemistry's the compass, legacy the lodestar. Staff shakeup? Elevate the earnest, import the inspired. The Chiefs' secret sauce? Shape-shifting sans soul loss, turning thorns to triumphs. Icons like Mahomes and Kelce quarterback the quiet quorum, while rookies rise to the reveille. Trials temper titans. This trial telegraph if the tribe's tenets are tattooed deep. The haze hangs, but heritage howls. This house of hurtin' holds hurricane-proof. As echoes fade and footing firms, the verdict's vivid. This send-off's no sunset, just a scenic detour. The Kansas City Chiefs? A colossus carved from comebacks, camaraderie, and clairvoyance. Titans topple tests like this, emerging etched deeper in the pantheon. No solo star outshines the squad's supernova. It's the weave that wins wars. With Mistros at the helm, malleability in the marrow, and mojo unmarred, they'll alchemize ache into ascent. The road's rutted, ripe with riddles, but redolent of redemption. Kansas City's chronicle? Ever unspooling, a testament that even in excision, the empire endures. Onward to etch the encore, conquer, create, commemorate the ceaseless chase.